out this question here. And what's really good is this is a calculator active question. So that means you're going to have access to Desmos. Let's read it and then we'll work on it. So it says we have a graph of a polar function, f of theta equals 4 cosine of 2 theta. They give us the graph. And it's going between 0 and 2 pi. That's how long it takes to complete this shape. And it has these points A, B, C, D, and E. E is quite hard to see, but it's in the center. It says, well, what if we restrict the domain just to 0 to pi over 2? The portion of the graph that remains has two pieces. So when we restrict it, it only has two pieces. One of those pieces is from C to E. I mean, really, we don't even have to graph it. We can see, well, we don't know the rest of the shape, right? 1, 0 to 2 pi. So C to E, and then it says, where is the rest of it, right? What remains the rest of the pieces? So let's use the graphing calculator. Here we have, I just typed in r equals 4 cosine of 2 theta. And then my first is 0 to 2 pi, but now I'm going to restrict it to pi over 2. And then we can very clearly see the piece that's here, right? So that's the part that we get when we put in different thetas up to 2 pi. Remember, I'm plugging in values of theta. Theta equals 0, theta equals pi over 4, and then I'm evaluating it. I could do it by hand. It would just take a really long time. So I color-coded this a little bit. This red piece is exactly what we just saw on the graph, right? That's when theta is between 0 and pi over 2 is the red piece. It says one of those pieces is from C to E, so I put that in orange. And then it says what piece is remaining. Well, the piece that remaining is from E to D, right? And so that's what happens when we're just looking at that section of the graph. All right, hope this helps. If not, let me know.